Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Hot Sauce and Chill. We are on day 5 of our Advent Calendar series. This is going to be a show where I geek out over hot sauce and movies at the same time. I'm an independent filmmaker. You can find my work at the YouTube channel, New Ogden Cinema, or you can find me on Instagram at ryan.mcdonald.filmmaker. Let's dive right in. Now, if you haven't seen the show yet, you already know these things come in bags and not bottles. Kind of disappointing in that sense. Because there's not really a way to keep it after I open it. But for the most part, I try to eat as much as I can. So let's see, what do we have here? Passionate Pepper Punch Sauce. I don't know. Yesterday was the scorpion sauce. That was quite a bit more hot. So let's dive right in. Ooh, I can already tell. It's got a good smoky flavor to it. Let's give it a pour. Not great. Not great. Again, I wish I could just kind of showcase what kind of, like a name brand for it or anything like that. It is the Tilts Collection hot sauce. I wasn't familiar with them. It's a mixed bag, I think. So far, I think I've had less good ones than I have had. I have more bad ones than I've had good ones. But so we're going to go not very hot. This is pretty mild, or at least mild to me. Not getting much going for it. But, so not much of a challenge at all. That being said, I think, because that was so mild, we should tear into a serrano pepper and get deep diving into our next movie. Now, serrano, it's not hot as soon as you start chewing it. The heat comes much afterward. I'm starting to kick in right now. So, the movie we're going to be chatting about, I know it's Christmas time, but it's always a good time to sit down and watch Hard Boiled. The John Woo's last overseas film before he came to America. If you have not seen Hard Boiled and you're an action fan, you absolutely must run to the local video store and pick up a copy of yourself. Yes, I said pick up a physical copy. As you can see, I have physical media behind me, and a lot of the times I showcase even the DVDs that I still have as well. Hard Boiled. Chow Yun-fat and Tony Leung. It's about one cop is set out after the mafia. Another cop is undercover inside the mafia as well. This movie is high octane action all day, all the time. There's probably not a single moment where a gun is fired and a squib of some sort, the little explosives that make the bullet hits in movies and whatnot, is not used. It is extremely amazing piece of action cinema. John Woo has a really interesting way of an explosion going off and then having like a close-up of a slow motion moment as well, and then it kind of hyper speeds back into regular motion and then slow motion. It's kind of a mixed bag of things. When he came to America, he ended up making movies like Broken Arrow, Face Off, Mission Impossible 2. Story's a little loose on that one, but the action's pretty good, I think. And definitely, if you have not seen this movie, you gotta check this one out. It's like I said, it's action-packed. There's a one-take shot in this movie where Chow Yun-fat and Tony Leung are in hospital, which is the final of the movie. They're basically in this hospital. A lot of shoot 'em up stuff. They get in a big gunfight in a hallway. The camera follows them without cutting into an elevator, rides the elevator, and then it pops out in another spot, and they continue down the hallway. And with explosions and gunfire, and it's all in one take. It's very impressive. And what's interesting fact about this, if you listen to the dubbed version, it's not necessarily the same story as the subtitled version. Small variances. The story's there, but there's some little cues. It's kind of interesting. I do recommend not listening to the dubbed version. I like to read the subtitles, but for fun little fact, it does have that in there as well. Let me know if you've seen Hard Boiled, and if you like it a lot. And today we're going to talk about our Carolina Reaper sauce, for those of you who like it extra spicy. This is a fermented Carolina Reaper, fermented onion, fermented garlic, and it does kick quite a punch. Here's the deal about our sauces. I like spicy sauces, but I also like them to have good flavor, and that is probably the number one key ingredient. Now, when I first started making hot sauce, I was trying to set out to make that death sauce, the challenge sauce, something that's going to buckle you over and knock you out. My wife said I couldn't do that, so following her instructions, we went with flavor over power, and so I would say that this is Carolina Reaper sauce. For those of you who do like it extra spicy, but not too crazy, I think this is great sauce. But then, of course, I'm biased. Head over to our Etsy shop and grab a bottle. We still have a chance.